In previous lecture, we have seen the algorithms related to array. The algorithms were for traversal, insertion and deletion. We have seen first three algorithms from the array operations. They were traversal, insertion and deletion. Okay. Today we are going to see the algorithm for sorting operation in array. Okay. First thing keep in mind, it is sorting operation, not sorting operation. Okay. There is a very huge difference in it. Sorting and sorting. Okay. We are going to sort out the array elements either in ascending order or in descending order. Another thing, what is the advantage of sorting? For example, if your phone book is not in sorted order, then what will be the problem? You cannot search a particular item very quickly, or we can say efficiently. You have to traverse or you have to read each and every record for that. Okay. If it is in sorted order, then directly you can search particular contact number alphabetical wise. Okay. So this is the advantage of sorting, that after sorting elements you can search particular thing or particular element very easily and efficiently. Is this clear to everyone? What is the importance of sorting? Yes or no? Importance of sorting is clear to everyone or not? Okay, fine. Now first of all we will see how sorting will be performed. Okay, in exam, in your examination, the algorithm for sorting will be asked either for ascending order or for descending order. Okay, today we are going to see the algorithm for ascending order sorting. For descending order sorting, you have to write it by your own. Okay, first see the operation, sorting operation, how it works. Okay, is this word, Microsoft Word, visible to everyone? Yes or no? This Word file is visible to everyone? Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see how sorting works. Okay. For sorting array elements, what you have to do is you must have an extra variable. Okay. To store the elements. Suppose you are having an array of elements 5. The 5 elements are like this. First is 50, second is 25, third is 27, then fourth one is 12, and fifth one is 89. Okay, 5 elements are there in our array. We are going to sort this array. Okay, is this array, or we can say, are these elements in sorted order? Yes or no? Please give me answer. The element I have written here are in sorted order or not? Yes or no? Okay. No, why? Because they are not following particular order. They are not in ascending order and they are not also in descending order. So they are not in sorted form. Now we are going to sort these elements, or we can say we can arrange the elements in either ascending or descending order. Okay. The first element in sorting, remember one thing, when you are going to write a program for sorting operation, or when you are going to write an algorithm for sorting operation, first element will be indicated by I. Okay, every time. So we can say here I indicates first element, so I equals to lower bound. Okay, now we will have another variable, that will be the j. J will indicate always second element, or we can say next to the I. So we can say j equals to I plus 1. Is this clear, everyone? These initializations are clear to everyone. What is I and what is j in sorting algorithm? I is starting from first element. So we can say I equal to lower bound because lower bound indicates first element, and j equal to next to I. Next to I means the position is I plus 1. Now this is clear to everyone. What is I and j? Yes or no? What about others? Okay, fine. Now we are having two counters I and j. What will be done? We'll compare I and j. If the value of j is less than I, see, keep in mind, if the value of j is less than I, then what will be done? J and I will be swept. Okay, what will be done? J and I will be swept. Now for sweeping, we will take another variable known as temporary variable. We will write it as temp. Okay, now how to perform sorting using these three variables I, j and temp. Okay, now see here how sorting will be performed using three variables. We have already initialized these things. I equal to lower bound, j equal to I plus 1, temp is already taken. Now we are going to compare if a of I is greater than a of j. What is the condition? If a of I is greater than a of j, then what will happen? We will swap the variable. See here, first element is a of I, second element is a of j. If we check this condition, a of I greater than a of j for these first two variables, then condition is true. Yes or no? Condition is true for first two values. Yes or no? Am I audible? What I am telling you is the condition here written if a of I is greater than a of j is true for these first two elements. Yes or no? Condition is true or not? I am asking you just this question. You have to write yes or no. Okay. The students who have answered no, please again attention here. I am repeating here. 50 is a of I, 25 is a of j. So 50 is greater than of 25 or not? Yes or no? It is greater than 25. So we can say a of I is greater than a of j. Okay. Now okay. Now if here these both values are compared, condition is true, then what will happen? We will swap the values. Here 50 will be there and 25 will go ahead here. Okay. Now see, these two values are in sorted order. Okay. How this sorting will be performed? See here. Please turn off your mic, students. Jaideep, turn off your mic. Now, how sorting will work? See, here we are going to exchange the values of a of I and a of j. Means the value of a of I will be stored in the position a of j, and the value of a of j will be stored in the a of I. How we can write it? Temp, we are having one variable temp. It is empty variable, so we can store here value. So temp equal to a of I. Now a of I is empty, so a of I is equal to a of j. Now a of j is empty, so again we are going to transfer the value of temp. Temp was what? The value of a of I. Okay, this is the process of swapping. If you are having doubt in swapping process, then see here again how it works. See, we are having one location. This is one location known as a of I. Okay, again we will have the second location that will be known as a of j. Wait, okay, we are having three locations, just using three locations because each and every time we will compare only two values. Okay, so this first location is known as a of I. The second location is known as a of j. Okay, the first location is having some value, we will have, we were having 50. Now a of j we were having was 25. We are going to swap these values. To swap, we are taking a new variable temp. Here we have checked the condition. If a of I is greater than a of j, here a of I is greater than a of j, so what will we do? The value of a of I is being transferred to temp. So we will transfer the value of a of I to temp here. Okay. Now a of I is empty. Okay. Execute second statement here. A of I equal to a of j. So value of a of j is being transferred to a of I. So 25 will be transferred to a of I. So here a of I will be 25. Okay. Again, we will transfer the value of temp into a of j. So value of temp is 50, is transferred where? Into a of j. Okay, like this the swapping of two values is being performed. Is this clear to everyone how swapping works? Yes or no? We have already done programs of swapping in C language using temporary variables. Okay. Okay, fine. This swapping will be performed until we reach the last variable. So we will have here condition. Which condition we will use? Repeat these steps while I less than equal to upper bound. Okay. Now up to this, what will happen? Again, outside the if condition, I will be incremented by 1 every time, and j also will be incremented by 1, or we can, there is no need to increment j because we have already incremented, oh sorry, we have already initialized j to I plus 1. So if I will point to second variable or second element, then by default j will point out to third element. Okay, if you want to manually increment the j, then you can also increment this j. Okay, is this clear to everyone how the sorting works? Yes or no? Why we have incremented I and j is clear or not? Because after swapping these two values, next elements will be compared, and if required, then they will be swapped. So j will be on third element, I will be on second element. Again, this I and j will be compared. If j I greater than j, then again they will be swapped. So again here condition is being fulfilled. So 37 is transferred here and 50 will be written here. After performing this, again I and j will be incremented by one position. Again I and j will be compared. 50 is greater than 12. So here values of I and j will be swapped. So here 12, here 50. Okay. After performing this swapping operation, again I and j will be transferred to next elements. Here I is not greater than j. So condition is false. Okay. Now see, after the completion of this operation, again we can say elements are not in sorted order. Okay. So again it will be started from first. Okay. Clear this to everyone? Yes or no? Is this clear to everyone? Okay, fine. Now be ready with your book and pen. Okay. Just I am giving you the overview of algorithm. First we will initialize the variables I and j, I equal to lower bound, j equal to I plus 1. Then we will perform the sorting on given array elements. So we will start from here, repeat while I less than equal to upper bound. Until I reaches to upper bound, we will check this condition. If f of I greater than f of j, then values will be swapped using the temporary variable. And each and every time I and j will be incremented. Okay. Now see the algorithm. Okay. See here. Write it down. What is sorting operation? What we can perform using sorting? Using this operation, we can sort array elements either in ascending or in descending order. Okay. તમે બધા સાથે સાથે લખો છો કે નથી લખતા તો હું એ રીતે કરાવું. યસ ઓર નો મને એમાં ટાઈપ કરીને ચેટમાં ટાઈપ કરીને આન્સર આપો. ઓકે ફાઇન. ડિસ્ક્રિપ્શન લખાઈ ગયું છે. sorting using these operation we can sort array elements either in ascending or in descending order. Okay. Now see here how we can start the algorithm. Name of algorithm is sorting. Values passed are a, temp, n. Here a is given array, temp equal to temporary variable, n equal to number of elements. Okay, now we are going to start algorithm. Step 1 start. Step 2 initialize. What will be initialized? I and j. I equal to lower bound and j equal to I plus 1 here. This is my mistake. J equal to I plus 1. Step 2 સુધી બધાને લખાઈ ગયું છે? Yes or no? Step 2 સુધી બધાને લખાઈ ગયું છે ને? Okay. Going to next slide. Step 3. Perform sorting. Repeat while I less than equal to upper bound. You can write here I less than equal to n also. Okay. Up to this, we will perform this. If a of I greater than a of j, then temp equal to A of I equal to A of J, A of J equal to temp. Another thing, when you are writing algorithms and using if condition, then after completion of this bracket, you have to write here then. It is compulsory, okay? Because we are not using opening or closing braces, comma, semicolon, colon, anything, okay? So here you have to write then keyword. Write this step 3 and then